Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to the channel. Just want to start this video by saying thank you, a really big thank you to everyone that may have tuned into the last vlog series. Really weren't expecting that kind of reaction at all.
Definitely not.
Yeah, people have been so kind and so lovely, so thank you so much for that. Consider it was our first time as well.
Yeah, it's the first proper
Orlando series.
Orlando vlog, so yeah, thank you so much. We did not expect the videos to really take off as much as they did, but really appreciate it. So in a lot of the comments on the videos we were getting a lot of questions, a lot of the same questions as well, so we thought we'd do a little like chatty vlog, like a trip review, a bit of question and answer. So we've been asking on Instagram all week for your questions, so we have compiled them and we're going to answer all of them now. Right, so I'll start. Right, so we had a lot of questions about Genie Plus, lots of questions about Genie Plus, our experiences and what have you. So I'll leave some links in the description to videos and articles about what is Disney Plus, because a few people, Genie Plus. A lot of people were asking what is Genie Plus. Now, people will be able to describe it better than we can, so we'll leave a lot of links in the description. Go check them out. As for our experience with Genie Plus, we didn't use it. No. And I haven't even looked that much into it, to be fair, so I couldn't even give you an accurate description on what it even is or how to use it, because our trip was so last minute, we didn't really have time to research it a lot. We
did a little bit, not a lot, and I think it was something we were pretty clear that we weren't going to be indulging in. I've seen the videos how in certain parks it doesn't really pay off. Hollywood Studios being the one.
Yeah.
It appears that the only real benefit is at Magic Kingdom, where there's lots and lots of attractions and you can keep getting one after another after another.
Yeah.
We sort of knew going into this trip there's going to be a lot of just experiencing the place and soaking it up. As you would have seen in the video, you spent a lot of time just wandering around and soaking it all up. We didn't really want to be...
We knew which rides we wanted to go on, we'd done the rides we wanted, and we knew which rides we didn't want to go on. So because we already knew, I suppose we didn't need to book the slots and things. Yeah, it wasn't really... If you go in there, everyone's going to be different. That's just our experience. We knew that it's not something we were particularly interested in on this trip. We are lucky enough that we had done a lot of the rides before. Magic Kingdom, some of them in Paris recently. But
so
if it's your first time, I would probably recommend you add it onto the tickets, because I think you can add it on cheaper if you buy it in advance as part of your ticket package.
Yeah, I believe there's a deal for Disney doing where you can get
it. Tickets. So I would probably, if it was my first time, do that. But for us, we know which rides we like, we know which rides we don't want to queue up for, so we didn't feel the need to use it, and we still got on everything that we wanted over the course of 10 days. If you're just visiting for the day, we wouldn't have got on everything we wanted to do. So
it's different. It depends on your circumstance. For us, it was just not... Immediately, we were just like, no, this isn't for us. And as for the Lightning Lane, the individual paid Lightning Lanes, I personally just... I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't feel that should be a thing at all. $9 to $15 per ride per person. That's for us, like for me, that's just not even going to entertain that, you know.
Unless it's your favourite.
Yeah, well, it's
absolutely must do it every trip, then it potentially you would be worth it.
Yeah, let's say for example Animal Kingdom. We knew we only had one day at Animal Kingdom on this trip. Now, if Flight of Passage was a 3-hour wait all day, I'd be more tempted then, because we knew it was our only time there, the only chance you had to do. However, we got lucky with the wait times. I don't think we waited over 45-50 minutes for that. So, but other than that, it's not pay to ride. It's not for me personally. It's not a thing, but it will depend on your circumstance whether you want to consider it. Right, then next one.
So, how did you set up magic bands if staying off-site? Now, this is quite an easy one for us, because we mostly do stay off-site. You pretty much just go to the checkout when you're buying the magic bands in the park, and they will set it up for you. But it's so easy, isn't it? You could just literally go to the whichever store. They sell them all over, don't they? And you just need to open it up and then link your tickets on the app.
Yeah, so you scan it, don't you?
Yeah. but the cast members will actually set it up for you as well if you ask them.
They did it when we bought it. Literally took it to the till, paid for it. The guy walked us through it and took 2 seconds and it was done.
Yeah.
Really easy. Masks on the plane, was it difficult? No, it's probably the place it was least difficult because you take it off so much for food and drink that you don't really notice.
Well, we had went to Turkey in 2020, so that was a 4.5 hour flight, and that was the first time we actually travelled during COVID, and we got used to wearing the masks there. But if you've got glasses like me, they don't steam up on a plane.
Don't know if it's the air or something.
Yeah, so I think it's the you know, the air circulation.
Also, by the time you get on your flight, you've been in the airport for 3-4 hours, so you're used to it by then, and it's really not a big deal. Look, if it's that or we can't go, you
just bring a few because they do tend to get a bit like condensation on the inside. So bring a few, but yeah, it's never been an issue. I'm quite funny. Masks, they can really irritate the skin, but on a plane you don't really feel like you're wearing a mask.
No,
I don't know why. It must just be because of the air. So it's fine.
Absolutely fine. No different than anywhere else.
But they are very strict, and they will tell you if anybody's got the mask down, there will be a tannoy over the plane, the full plane, to say
put it on.
Someone's got their mask off, put it on.
Very strict.
So next one is, your snack list was amazing. Thank you. How did you research before?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Disney food blog.
To be fair, it was probably me that made the biggest list. So I tend to use Instagram to find what everyone's eating, what the Disney food blog are currently, you know, what's hot in the parks. But because mobile ordering is now a thing on the app, you can actually make dummy orders on the app. You just don't check out, and they actually have photos if you mobile order. So that was how I mostly used, like, built up a snack list, was using that.
That's a great point. Actually, you can do from home. Just if you go on a mobile order, even from home, it will show you individual pictures of all the items.
But yeah, definitely Disney food blog. They usually have a list of everything, so I use that as well, and then just literally keep a note on my phone of must-haves.
And we went through part by part, didn't we?
Yeah.
Part by part, right? Magic Kingdom these ones, Epcot these ones, and we made a good go of it. Well, we've finished it. I think we get everything on there pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And then even like Instagram, you know, you guys gave us some ideas for restaurants as well that we'd never tried before. So yeah, Instagram and the actual app itself is really good to find snacks, especially in the Disney parks.
Okay, favourite ride in each park for a first timer. So I guess that's a bit different than just the favourite ride. So the absolute must-dos for a first timer.
Magic Kingdom, I would say Splash Mountain. So is the Rosen Inn your favourite off-site hotel? I would say yes.
Yeah, any of the Rosens.
I've heard reviews about, you know, Advante Hotel, the Ramada, not the Ramadan.
The Ramada.
The Ramada Hotel. They've always got negatives, whereas I think Rosen Inns, any of them by the way, all across that, you know, iDrive area, they're all just the same. They always have a stable review, don't they? They're clean, free parking, there's no resort fee. I think they're very consistent no matter when you go. Great
value for money, and it's the locations as well. There's one at Lake Buena Vista, which is right near Disney Springs. There's the one we were at on International Drive. There's one even closer up to Universal, and the other one's at Point, all by the restaurants and everything. So they've just got great locations, and the free parking is such a huge bonus as well.
Yeah, and shuttle bus as well to Universal. So yeah, we'd always recommend it. I mean, the rooms are not much to look at, but they're very clean, and that's what I really appreciate from there.
But it's just a base as well, isn't it? It's just a base at the end of the day. But yeah, 100% recommend the Rosen hotels. I think they're brilliant. What was your best off-site meals of the trip?
Bob Evans for me.
Yes, super fresh, wasn't it? Really fresh breakfast. That was really good.
Yeah. We just got really lucky, I think, this trip. Everything was really fresh. It just even like Golden Corral, which can sometimes be very hit or miss. It was actually really good.
And CC's.
It was so fresh. Yeah,
CC's can sometimes get a bit of a bad rap for being a bit chaotic, but it was it all had a redo, and everyone was lovely, and it was lovely. My favourite was Giordano's. Yeah, the pizza Giordano's, 100%, and I cannot wait to go back there. That was just my kind of thing.
You do have to wait for Giordano's, but that's regardless of the time. It is, you always have to wait because it's made fresh, but they tell you that as soon as you arrive. But yeah, Bob Evans for me, because it surprised me so much and it was so fresh.
Yeah, Bob Evans and Giordano's, two of them. But we'll say, we did mention it in the travel home vlog, I think, or one of the last few vlogs, that the service on International Drive was really slow everywhere we went. Now, it wasn't the staff, because the staff were all brilliant. The actual service itself was brilliant, but everywhere is currently like struggling for staff. Everywhere we went pretty much had signs up, you know, that they're hiring. So just pack your patience, but it's worth it because the food's brilliant.
Yeah. So how was park hopping? Were there any issues with park reservations? We didn't have any issue with park reservations.
No, we had no issue with reservations. We only parked hopped twice, I think. Once or twice?
Yeah, towards the end of the trip where we had to try and squeeze a bit more out. But you can only park up after
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock anyway, so
2 o'clock, yeah.
You would probably do something first and then you can park up, but we didn't have any issues.
No issues at all. Did you use cash or card? We used just card everywhere.
Just card. I did not
one
take
bit of cash.
Any dollars with me. We see this question quite a lot on a lot of the Florida groups. Do we take cash or card? We just didn't really have time to go get some dollars.
It didn't feel like we were going until like the week before, so
so we just have our cards. We have Revolut cards, and we've had them for years, and we just take them. But if you've got Apple Pay, you can link your Revolut to Apple Pay, so I used that for the entire trip.
Yeah.
Which was great because you don't have to faff around with, is it going to be swipe or is it going to ask me for my PIN or not. I use Apple Pay everywhere because it's linked to my Revolut.
Absolutely everywhere was card. Yeah.
Do you usually head to the parks for opening?
Not really. Sometimes. Sometimes we're not. Yeah, sometimes we did it at the beginning. I think it was the jet lag sort of like gets you up, but by the end of it we plan our day, so we know what rides we want to do. We know what food we want to eat, and so we know, like, if we don't have to get there first thing, then we just won't. And we tend to enjoy it better that way because we're not rushing around because we have a plan. We're not stressing out because we've all dishevelled getting up too early and things. No, we just do what suits us, and if that means getting there early, like our Animal Kingdom day, we got there quite early because we knew we had plans in the afternoon, then we'll get there early. If not, then we'll just take a leisurely head down whenever.
Yeah, I am not a morning person at all.
No.
So I do like to, you know, I'm on holiday, I like to have breakfast, go out for breakfast somewhere and then go to the parks. Epcot's great because it doesn't open till 10.
Yeah.
So we usually try and make that, but
the parks, especially the Disney parks anyway, are open like as so long throughout the day. Like, there's just no need really, unless you, I mean, again, if you're with families and things and you want to try out these rides for the first time, obviously then first few hours when it's quieter is the best time to go. But for us, again, we're lucky enough that we've done them before. We prefer just to take a more leisurely approach. If we have to wait 45 minutes, an hour, then we just will. But I
would prefer to close the park rather than open a park.
100%. What Walmart did you visit? I assume you mean from the vlog when we went to Walmart, I guess, because we went to a couple of Walmarts. We did go to the normal one on Turkey Lake Road, which we didn't vlog. That's the one everyone goes to when they go to Disney, I guess. But we went, I can't even tell you where the other one we went to that we did vlog in, but it was on the way back to the airport.
Yeah,
on that
way
back to the airport. But up there it was a lot quieter. It was a lot more local, if that makes sense. Yeah,
because I like to get all the like American homeware stuff and, you know, all the little bits, and the one on Turkey Lake can sometimes be a bit too, you know, Disney basically. So that one's great if you're just, you know, it's your first night and you've just arrived and you need room staples, snacks and stuff, so we go there. But then if you want to get, I think we were on the hunt for Squishmallows.
Squishmallows and homeware, But that was great, that other one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had loads of Christmas stuff at the time. It had loads of home decor, which the other one didn't. So. Sure. How do you budget for food and drink?
We had a few questions about budgeting for food and drink. Now this trip for us was we were at a relative budget, you know, relatively smaller budget, then sometimes we go again, because it was so last minute that we didn't know we were going. Plan. We knew what we wanted to eat. We knew what restaurants we wanted to go to. We knew what days we were eating out and what days we weren't. So it's just planning, knowing what you want. So not wasting money on some foods, not knowing what you're going to have later on, if you know what I mean. So it's just planning. Planning was the key.
But this trip was literally, you know, we paid our bills that month, and then whatever disposable income we had left, that was our spending money, because it was so last minute. But yeah, Revolut's really good for just every month you can just top up your card and save money. Yeah,
that's probably the best way to do it. Is just put a little bit on every month, just a tiny little bit, and that'll be your food spends. But it was the planning side of it for us. We don't eat 3 meals a day. No. So it's things like, again, our Animal Kingdom day, we didn't have breakfast that day because we knew we was going out on the evening, and we knew we wanted to eat at Stuli Canteen in the daytime, Animal Kingdom. So planning and just drip feeding your little savings. Decide
what kind of trip, you know, you're going to have. If it's going to be a heavily Disney on-site trip, you're going to need a lot more budgeting for those meals. I mean, our meal at the Kona Cafe was over $100. But other than that, we were on, you know, CC's was only
$13. So
for two of us in total. So, but we knew there was a lot of snacks that we wanted because of the 50th, and we knew we were going to eat off-site a lot because there was restaurants that we just missed, you know, because we hadn't been in America for so long. So we knew we wouldn't need as big a budget this time. But
definitely, if you're staying on site and you plan on just living in that Disney bubble, you're going to need a lot more money
every month. So the next one's COVID tests, like everything. How did we do them? What tests did we use? Where did we go?
Basically, just like in the travel home vlog, like the testing requirements for leaving the UK, going into the US and coming home just seem to change all the time. So you can't take any of this as gospel. You have to do your own research. We found the BA website was really helpful for telling you what tests you needed for where you wanted to go. You've got the government websites obviously, but it's really important that you do your own research on what you need for when you are travelling. As for companies that we've used a combination of Randox, Chronomics, no issues. For tests at home, no issues at all. We can definitely recommend them. We've done the ones express test at Birmingham Airport we've used.
Yeah, so if you're going anywhere where you need an actual supervised test, Birmingham Airport Express test, or basically any of the airport express tests, were actually really, really good, and they're super quick. So we'd use them again. We've used quite
it's not as daunting as it reads. So for our journey, we needed the supervised test before we left to go out there. We needed a lateral flow before we came home, and then another one once we got home. And it's honestly not as daunting as it reads. So there was 3 tests we needed to do, and on paper you're like freaking out, like this is confusing, but it's really, really not. Once you actually start doing it, it's not complicated at all. It's not as scary as it reads.
I don't know when it'll all disappear, but yeah, we've used Randox now for our, you know, Disneyland Paris little trips to Europe. We've used them,
Chronomics,
and we've used Chronomics. But yeah, Birmingham Express test, I would definitely use that again. It was so easy, and for a supervised test, it was only £35, so it was really good.
Yeah, but definitely just triple check your own requirements for when you go, because they do change all the time. Thoughts on the shows, as in like the evening shows and things? Well, Enchantment, I really wanted to love it.
I can't even remember anything about it.
I really wanted to love Enchantment, because, you know, you'd seen all the fairly negative reviews on it, and I was like, can't be that bad. And even when I was there, I enjoyed it when I was watching it, you know. I liked watching it on Main Street with the projections and whatnot.
The projections on Main Street was the best thing about it for me, actually.
But the song was rubbish.
It just didn't have that, oh my god, I'm at Magic Kingdom and I'm watching the fireworks. Like, it didn't have any of that
drama or anything. It was
good, but it wasn't that, like, you know, in the feels.
No, I enjoyed it when I was watching it, but I haven't given it a second thought since.
The one that I keep thinking about was the one at Hollywood Studios.
They were good.
That just blew me away. They were good. I didn't expect to like that as much as I
And no
did,
one
and
was
it
watching
so
him.
Good.
No one was like, people were just like flooding out the parks. Like they have the 2 shows, the Wonderful World of Animation and the Disney Movie Magic,
back to back,
and they were brilliant. Like, yeah, just really good, really magical. But Harmonious is the one at Epcot. Harmonious was just stunning. It was emotional. It was like a spectacle. The fireworks were amazing. So the music, like I love how they did the different languages for some of the songs.
Yeah.
And that trio at the end of Coco, Princess and the Frog, and Hunchback, just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, they just need to sort the mechanics. So sometimes the arms wouldn't work, and then, you know, they had to switch that particular arm off because it kept glowing the wrong colours. So if they could really nail down the technical issues of the big brig thing,
the big taco shell things in the water.
If they can just like fix them so that it's a bit more of a, because I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and there's always seems to be
something
issues, but even then, like, it says a lot when there was still those issues and it was still one of the best.
And I think you get a good show from anywhere you stand.
Yeah.
There's no like you need to stand in a certain place. We literally just rolled up 5 minutes before, took a spot. We were next to the shop at the front of the World Showcase as you come in, like behind where the Christmas tree was.
Yeah, like the one where you can redeem your hide and seek things.
Yeah, the shop right at the front. Yeah. We just sort of rolled up and watched it from there, and we had a great view. But it was just, I liked it on YouTube, but in person it's just
even better,
incredible. It's one of them shows where you have fireworks coming at you from all angles, and it was just amazing. And we watched it right at the end of the trip, and I really that's one thing I regret. Like, I wish we'd have watched it nearer the beginning because I've wanted to watch it again.
Yeah, it was good. It felt like a proper Disney show.
Yeah, 100%. Like, that's one of the things I'm most looking forward to seeing next time we go.
So, could you do Disney as well as you did staying off-site without a car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it before.
I've done it before.
I would say get an Uber, because you will pretty much spend probably less, to be fair, on an Uber than what we did for parking each day anyway.
Yeah. $25 was it, parking?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done the local Lynx buses before, so that's probably the like super budget cheapest way to do it, because you can buy a unlimited Lynx pass 7 days, I think $16.
Just takes a bit more time.
But you have to switch at SeaWorld, so you get it on iDrive, then switch at SeaWorld, and then it goes to the transportation and ticket centre. But my god, it takes forever. And it is the local transport, so everybody's pretty much going to work when you're on those buses.
I've done a trip where I've just used Uber, and it's been absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I've never had an issue with Uber. Again, you probably do save a bit of money because you're not paying the car parking, especially if you're at a hotel that also charges you car parking. Uber sort of gives you that freedom of you can come and go when you please. It may seem quite expensive and it's adding up, but when you think about the price of car hire at the minute, we haven't got a car booked for our May trip. We're not going to bother. We're just going to do Uber because the price is just too high.
Yeah.
So it's definitely doable. So yeah, don't let it put you off. How long was the queue at immigration? 45 minutes. Yeah, we were delayed like 3 hours. So traditionally when you come into Orlando, you end up with the 2 or 3 flights coming in at the same time, don't you? But we'd missed all that, so we were so late. So it was about 45 minutes. They didn't have a lot of people on the desks, did they?
No, I can't remember much about it. So it must
if you're that excited, you're not bothered, are you?
It must not have been that bad if I can't really remember. But it was no longer than it normally is anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. I just thought, if you're referring to like because of the extra COVID stuff and everything, all of that sort of stuff is checked UK side.
Yeah, they don't check it.
All of that is done. You don't check anything else once you get through. So the normal immigration procedure is what you go through when you get there now. It's no different.
So this is 2 questions technically. So the first part is favourite food of the trip.
For me, it's a Giordano's pizza. I think out of everything.
I really like Chili's. I thought Chili's was absolutely amazing as well.
Oh yeah, Chili's was great. That was my first time.
Yeah.
That's my first time.
That was really good.
I did like the giant ice cream cookie sandwich at Animal Kingdom. The 50th anniversary one, the big chocolate cookie.
Yeah, and I always like the cheeseburger egg rolls as well.
Yeah, always a winner.
Always really, really good.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
And what didn't you get to eat that you wish you did?
Not really a food, but like we wanted to book a dessert party for the fireworks. We did it for Happily Ever After. We like doing the one where you eat afterwards, so you watch it in the the hub, and then you go up to the buffet afterwards. I really wish we could have got that. I completely forgot about the window opening up, and we missed, it was all sold out.
We didn't really think we'd be going, to be honest.
No,
we didn't keep an eye on it.
But next time we're at Disney, we'd definitely be doing that, because it's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
really enjoyed dessert parties.
I would have liked to have done Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Offsite, but we didn't. Again, we just ran totally out of time.
We have another list of offsite places we've never been to that we're looking forward to trying. So there's still time.
I think we got all the snacks that I really wanted.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
To tick off the list.
What was the best and worst part of the trip? Well, the best part is easy. The best part was the Orlando Informer night at Universal Orlando. I feel like we've talked about this quite a bit, but it was just we're probably never going to get that chance again, just because the event only takes place on a certain few weekends a year, and it's usually times of the year when we don't normally go.
Yeah, and they don't announce the meet-up dates until nearer or closer to the time almost.
Yeah.
So the summer dates were announced when we were there in December.
For summer 2022, yeah.
And the winter dates haven't been announced yet, and obviously if you're travelling from the UK and you've got to book your vacation time through work, then
it's hard to judge.
It's hard to plan it.
But we were,
it was so good.
Yeah, so good. Like, again, it's not the sort of thing we thought we'd have a chance to do. The pricing just worked out much more economical for us, rather than wasting money on the 14-day ticket. So it looks quite a lot of money up front, but when you think about it, it works better for us. It was just brilliant. I love the atmosphere. It was the fact that it was a proper park experience. So all the entertainment was on, Blues Brothers and everything else, and the parade was on, and the food.
I know.
The food, just like, it's not just like a little bit of food. Nearly every single quick service restaurant in both parks were open, and it was a case of, can I have this please? Yep, there you
Unlimited.
go, that was it.
Yeah, no, it was good. I feel like our vlog didn't really show how good it actually was, because it was so rushed.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. As for the worst part of the trip, I don't know, it was brilliant. Just coming home. Having the testing requirements change 2 days before we came home, that threw our head into a spin for a few hours. Was like, oh, could have done without that, but that's part of travelling in 2021. Like, just the way it is now. So, but no, other than that, it's nothing. Absolutely brilliant. It was from start to finish. Like BA as well, absolutely brilliant. First time we've ever flew with BA, and pricing wise, they always come out cheaper for us, for our kind of trips, than Virgin do. But even if they weren't now, like on a service level, they were just brilliant.
Yeah, no, everything was just so good, and everything just felt like it never changed. There was nothing that was bad, even going through COVID. No, it was good.
Well, that sort of leads into our final question. You didn't know it did, but that leads into our final question, which was, is the magic still there, even with all the COVID stuff and the fact that not all the entertainment is back?
It is, yeah. It's still there. It's different, not gonna lie, but it's there. The one thing I noticed was, because everywhere's mobile order, everyone's on their phone quite a lot.
Yeah.
So before, you could just walk into a quick service restaurant and use the tables, you could take a seat, you could use the aircon for a bit. You can't do that now. You have to have a mobile order in order to be able to use the seating for that restaurant.
So Thule Canteen was one of them. You couldn't go in unless there was another one, wasn't there? But Woody's lunchbox.
There was one at Magic Kingdom as well that had the, you couldn't even go through the doors inside without having the mobile order. Yeah. And then you find that people were just on their phones hanging around outside until they can go in.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing I noticed, but it wasn't enough to put me off, and I really love mobile order, so would totally be all for that.
We sort of mentioned mobile order a lot, but the mobile ordering for Walt Disney World at the minute is like pretty much essential. Also, if you're thinking of eating, there's somewhere you want to eat, like we knew we wanted to eat at Thule Canteen in Animal Kingdom, so book it early, because slots do get booked up.
Yeah,
you can't always just book. Yeah, that was one of them. You can't always just, I want to eat now, so let's book it now. Sometimes you have to wait.
Yeah, that's the only thing. If you do just, you know, I want to go get food, they will not let you order at the window. And there's cut-off points as well. So I accidentally placed an order 20 minutes before one of the quick service windows closed.
Yeah.
And then my order got stuck, and then they charged me.
Yeah.
But they hadn't received the order, and that was a bit of a faff. And then I ended up getting a free pretzel, and then
there was a whole thing.
They refunded me, and then I felt really bad for the rest
stealing
of the
the pretzel. But that is like that is probably the only thing that felt
the only thing
different, is the fact that you have to constantly be on your phone for mobile ordering. I guess if you're doing Genie Plus as well, like on your phone a lot.
Yeah, so bring a charger, because it's definitely needed, because you do feel like you're on your phone quite a lot more than we ever were before. But
your initial reaction when you first walk back into whatever park it is, for us it was Magic Kingdom this time, like it doesn't feel any different.
No.
Like it's still magical. At the minute, well, when we went, you still had to wear masks inside. You don't notice it. It's not a thing. Still feels magical. Like I think we was only there like a few hours, but I feel like Universal had it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, there was just something about it. It felt a lot more normal over there.
Universal felt no different.
Yeah, no different at all, because everything was on that you would expect to be on. Disney, we do like the little parades that came around rather than the big one, so that was the only difference there. But I like them. We're not parade people really. But,
no, I suppose one of the other things that was different was the park reservation. So because we like to plan, but then there are days where we're very easygoing and we don't mind which park we go to. Now, most parks, to be fair, had full availability, so we could have went and switched up the reservations if we wanted to. But you feel like you do almost have to stick to that plan, and if there is some days where you're just not feeling, you know, up for it, you almost feel like you have to go because you've got a reservation. But that was because we had 10 days as well, so our time was already limited, and we did have to push ourselves to go and see everything, or we would have regretted it. But
like again, that's something like before you get there and you're worrying about if the magic's still there. But once you actually get in there, it's, again, aside from having to be on your phone all the time for your mobile ordering and Genie Plus, aside from that, which is mildly annoying more than anything, it's still magical. Still magic. Cast members are still brilliant. The castle looks incredible. Magic Kingdom castle looks incredible. It looks good on pictures, but then seeing it up close, like, it looks stunning. They've done such a good job. And Spaceship Earth as well.
Like,
I hope they keep that.
Why did they not light it up like that all along? No, it was definitely still very magical. So the magic's still 100% there. You
still get that feeling when you walk in. It's still brilliant.
Yeah, but I'm so excited for the next few years and for all the, you know, Epcot's a bit of a construction site at the minute, so that's just going to be even better.
I feel like Epcot's been a construction site for so long now, hasn't it? But
I know, but I love it so much.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But yeah, that's all of them. That's all of it. So again, thank you so much. Hope that answered some of the questions. I feel like we've touched on everything now. Yeah. Overall,
I wouldn't let anything stop you from going. You know, just book it up if you want to go.
Don't get worried about your test. As long as you do your research, don't get worried about your tests, because it's not as daunting as it sounds. If you're flying with British Airways, we've touched on it in our last vlog, we'll link it below, but use Verifly. It's the app they use to make sure you've got everything you need to get into whatever country you're going to. But yeah, don't let it put you off when you get over there. It's no different to be at home.
No.
You know, you wear your mask where you're told to, and you don't unless you want to. So don't let it put you off. It's still as magical out there, and I can't wait to go back.
I can't wait either. I know.
Yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you again for everyone that's tuned into the vlogs. It's been an incredible reaction. I really enjoyed chatting with everyone in the comments and whatnot. And yeah, so we will be back in a couple of weeks. Yes, we're off to Disneyland Paris next week.
Yay.
Yeah, we hadn't mentioned it because we didn't know we were going.
Did not think it was going to happen.
We had this booked since last summer, so summer 2021, because it's somebody's birthday. So we're going out for just a quick 3-night birthday trip next Thursday. So we will have the first vlog from that up the week after. It's a couple of weeks from now. So yeah, that's exciting. Look forward to going back there, and then obviously back in Orlando in May.
Yeah.
So yeah, Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.